Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are ready to deploy. So let's go ahead and do exactly that. What are we looking to deploy to? Maybe something a little more difficult. I mean, we're doing okay financially right now. This would not necessarily be awful, intentionally setting up an ambush on ourselves. Yeah, I mean, we have everything good to go. We're doing okay on cash. I don't see a reason not to go for something like this. So let's just look at the, this is kind of a free priority salvage here. We could sit there. Call that good? Yeah, I think so. That'll be fine. Keep in mind we have a lot of cash in the bank as well if we want to dip into getting rid of our vehicle parts. There's a lot there. No doubt about it. I think we deploy this exactly as is. We should be completely fine here. Darius is going to yell at us, but Darius is a moron. So we're going to continue here, completely ignoring him. And that's excellent. Now, there are a couple of mechs that I am thinking about doing some reworks on, including the Awesome. That's definitely on the list of reworks, and also potentially the Atlas. We need to think about what we would want to do with the Atlas if we want it to not be an artillery boat. I mean, I'm still interested in potentially having double artillery boats. I think that that's pretty good in this current situation. Like, it's very good for stripping off armor, right? Before they can really do anything to us. So that'll be interesting for sure. Now, this is a capture base mission, and it could turn out kind of like the last one, where reinforcements drop on our rear arc again. We'll see, but we need to capture the Lyran Commonwealth military outpost. We've recently discovered a Lyran military outpost in an extremely inconvenient location, strangling trade and movement for our personnel in the area. Your mission: eliminate enemy defenses, then capture and hold the base long enough for Kharitan forces to take possession. We'll support your action by drawing off some of the defenders ahead of time, so if these units retreat to the base, they'll already be weakened by our troops. Commander, the Kharitan plan is sound as long as we're okay with intentionally setting up an ambush on ourselves.
Reactors
Indeed.
Online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
We are okay with that. So we'll go ahead and begin the mission. We are definitely going to expect them in our rear arc. This is an interesting place to be told to drop, for sure. Okay. Where can we position at? There's a support lance up over here. That's the base in question. We could drop right here. And I think this is actually a good position. We've got LOS breaks here that we can hide behind, but we can also peek out here. We can peek out here. We have cover all the way up to this ridge, and from the ridge, we can just shoot down at the base from any direction we like. I like it. Let's do this. I'm not expecting us to have allies. The allies are elsewhere, apparently. And what do we immediately see here? We immediately see a Shiltron, we see a Madcap Mark II, a longbow, we see a heavy UAC turret, a Ghost, a hardened AC emplacement, a heavy Thunderbolt emplacement, a Black Knight, a Dragon Slayer, a hardened Calliope, and a Plainsman. And a Stalker. Okay. What's our facing look like? The Corsair is facing the correct direction, and the Mauler mostly is as well. Everybody seems to be pretty much facing the correct direction. We're going to reserve. Plainsman moves up, and let's see what we get. Just checking LOSs here. I think a lot of those autocannon turrets aren't going to have LOS on our position until we hit the ridge. We'll see. Okay, no damage to our Madcap Mark II there. Excellent. And that was this Ghost, I think. Hardened AC emplacement. The hardened turrets, how much HP do they actually have? That's something we should check out. 480? 500? It's not too bad.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, I think we reserve again here. Oh, wait.
Commander?
We see LOS on the hardened AC emplacement. That's dual AC 20s. At that range, that's pretty unlikely to hit. Okay. We're going to reserve once more here and allow the Shiltrin to move. The Dragon Slayer Victor moves up. Shoots at the Mad Cat. It does hit with the Gauss. We don't have any evasive, so that's not surprising. We're going to reserve one final time here. But no further reservations will be made.
Damn it! I took one in the meat.
Really? A bleed out? Rude. Oh well, that's not that big of a deal. The Shiltrin has now moved, and it will die. There's no doubt about that. The Black Knight moves up, and bleed-outs aren't as bad now that they made the change that they did where First Aid gives you 2 rounds instead of 1. It's much better now. So the Mad Cat Mark II is going to step forward here, and hitouts are really bad. I mean, it's from forest into forest, for sure. Target moved, yeah. ECM shield. What is their ECM? What is... it is the Shiltrin running the ECM. Okay, good to know. So we're going to fire on this thing and do what we can to eliminate that ECM. I mean, we're not going to kill it with this salvo, but that'll be okay. So what do they move next? The Stalker. Fires indirect on the Salamander. Okay.
You need me to hold still for you?
Doesn't do very much.
I'm ready.
The Bull Shark is going to step up. Now, who's the Bull Shark going to go after?
I'm walking here.
This draws my eye over here for splash damage. Probably shoot at the longbow. Ooh, look at those long tom hit odds. That is nice. Do it.
Firing.
And we missed. But okay. We still get some damage because it's a long tom. Not a ton of damage into that longbow. But the longbow does now move away and does not fire.
Waiting for orders.
The Orion is going to step up over to here.
Onward.
And we're going to fire on that Shiltrin. We really need that ECM gone. That's a super high priority. I'm not going to fire the Gauss because I'm afraid of stray shots at this angle. But we'll get some damage into that Shiltrin.
Got something.
The Mauler is going to step up, and I would prefer it if the Mauler was shooting out over this direction. Yeah, I think that Hardened Calliope is the way to go.
Locked on.
Extremely solid damage into that Hardened Calliope.
Skipper.
The Salamander moves up to here, and we're going to shoot at the Shiltrin. I want it dead. No more ECM for you.
Affirmative.
We just cracked the armor, but we didn't quite take it out. Incredibly close, though. Okay.
Awaiting
The
orders.
Awesome is going to move up and finish the job. We'll position the Awesome here. It's not the best of positions. I probably shouldn't have positioned it here, but we'll position it here, and we'll fire on that Shiltrin straight into that weak arc. Only hit 2 missiles into the Shiltrin, but we did take out the right side wheels. Now, the Corsair is bleeding out, but we will go ahead and move up to here. It's obstructed LOS, but it's slightly more clear in terms of hitting our friends. We're still not going to fire the light Gauss, but we're going to try everything else here. Not a lot going into the Shiltrin there. We got to get rid of that ECM.
I'm here.
The Boar's Head is going to step up. And we're going to continue to fire over this way, strip off some armor over here.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
Okay. Got a little bit in there. They shoot at the Awesome. That's deeply unsurprising. Thermobarics makes me sad.
Getting a little toasty,
But that's from that
Commander.
Thunderbolt emplacement. Okay.
Getting banged up really
And that's from
good.
that Hardened Calliope.
Losing armor.
The Plainsman moves up. Doesn't do anything of note. The Mad Cat moves up, but isn't going to be an LOS. This guy moves phase 14, so we get to move our Salamander first. That's a big deal. Okay, what are they planning right now? The Ghost. Okay. The Ghost backs off. Actually turns rear arc to us. Interesting.
Commander.
The Mauler is going to move up over here. We're not going to focus on the Chiltron with the Mauler. I should have actually moved the Salamander first, now that I think about it. But I think that we'll probably go for this hardened Calliope out over here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll Warlord it to boost those odds a little bit, and we'll go for the hardened Calliope.
Target locked. It's go time.
Nice. So that's the armor gone on that hardened
Hit
Calliope.
something good.
I live to serve.
The Orion is not going to move next. The Salamander is going to move next. And we're going to position the Salamander exactly where it's at. And we're going to fire on this Chiltron here. We're not going to fire the medium lasers for heat purposes, but everything else. I want that thing dead. No more ECM for them. Excellent.
Enemy eliminated.
Okay.
My
Now.
gauge is getting pretty high.
The Orion can start thinking about firing on, like, the Plainsman, but I don't really love that positioning. We can move up over here
I'm away.
and fire on the rear arc of the Ghost. Again, I don't love the positioning, but if we get the Gauss hit, we could take it out. Alternatively, we could guarantee the kill on the hardened Calliope, I think, and that's probably our best bet here.
Here it comes.
There we go. Hardened Calliope out of here. We don't need to worry about that damage anymore. At this point, our Corsair is going to move up. We are a little concerned about the bleed out, but for right now, we'll position it here. Firing on that Ghost would be ideal, but that's not going to be our best hit odds. 21% versus 26% versus 18. Not my favorite hit odds. Yeah, I'm not shocked about that.
Negative damage.
Yep, to be expected. Phase 13, they do move their Stalker. That Stalker is a little bit of a threat to us. The Dragon Slayer is going to fire on our Mauler. I think that was 4 damage through armor there.
Structure damage. The bad kind.
Let's see here.
System folding.
Yeah, that was 4 through armor
Barely
damage.
hit, Commander.
Not too big of a deal.
Damage.
The Madcap Mark II is going to step up here.
Commander.
Its heat is up there. And 16.5, 38.2, or 85.3. Yeah, we go for the hardened AC emplacement, obviously. This is going to do a lot of damage. I don't necessarily expect a kill here. Okay. That'll be fine for now. The Stalker moves up. Doesn't fire, interestingly.
Aye, aye.
That's actually pretty fascinating. The Awesome is going to turn here. Well, not really, but it's going to turn a little. And we're going to fire on... The Stalker is the best odds. We're only going to fire 1 PPC because of the thermobarics.
Engaging target.
And we did get a hit on it.
Go!
Cool. Okay. So their Black Knight is still down in the canyon and can't fire on us.
Wait your
The
command.
Bull Shark is going to move up here. They're not really in a great position for us to drop artillery at this point.
Moving to position.
So we'll need to shoot at something like the Stalker or, I mean, the hardened AC emplacement, but I don't like dropping artillery on turrets. I don't think it's very good because they only have 1 location to hit. I think we'll go for the Madcap Mark II again.
Roger that.
Strip some solid armor off of that. Excellent. Okay, phase 12. And the Boar's Head is going to step out over this way.
Copy.
I'm interested in seeing what our direct fire hit odds are here on this Stalker. 37. Is there a backstop? Not really, but I'm going to give it a go. And boy, am I glad I did. So the Stalker is unsteady. Thermobarics dropping in over here. Very rude.
Damage is minor.
I mean, we do need to eliminate that Thunderbolt emplacement. There's no doubt about that. But the Orion is going to step up, and it is going to focus on the Stalker, because we can very easily engineer a knockdown here, and we're hitting at weak side.
Confirmed.
Structure exposure. And it's actually just straight up dead. Cool. core meltdown.
Next
Fantastic.
choice. I'm out of LRMs.
So there's that stalker gone. The plainsman moves up, does not fire.
Standing
Our
by.
Corsair is going to step forward over here.
Confirmed.
And we do need to keep in mind that there's only so many activations remaining, 10 currently at this juncture. But I think maybe the hardened AC emplacement is the target to go for here. We can't shoot at that Thunderbolt emplacement just yet. But let's go ahead and fire out at that hardened AC emplacement. We'll boost our hit odds a little bit. Okay, it has basically no armor left. That'll do. So phase 17. They have 4 mechs down in this ravine, or not really mechs, but they do have the Thunderbolt emplacement. They have 4 units down in this ravine, if you count the heavy UAC turret, that really can't fire on our current position. The Ghost backs off, shoots at the Mauler, gets nothing. I love it.
Standing
'Kay.
by.
So at this point, the Awesome can potentially... We could careful maneuvers our way up on top of this hill, like
On my
so.
way.
And then we have a direct LOS on the hardened AC emplacement, or on the Plainsman, which isn't amazing, or on the Ghost, which also isn't amazing. We're going to go for the hardened AC emplacement here, and we're going to see if we can eliminate that.
Firing on target.
Perfect.
Target site demolished.
One less AC emplacement. Next up, our Salamander is going to not sprint forward, but just walk forward. And I think we just brace here to sink heat. Thermobarics have us quite high on the heat. So that'll do for now. The Madcap Mark II is backing up a little bit and not going to fire.
Standing by.
The Bull Shark is going to step over here. We need to start going for the Thunderbolt emplacement. We may splash damage the Black Knight or the Plainsman over here, but I want that Thunderbolt emplacement gone.
Got it, Commander.
So we'll drop a Long Tom on it, as well as some missiles. There we go. Good damage to it. Basically half of its armor is gone. The Madcap Mark II is going to step forward. It's also running pretty hot, and I think we're just going to brace it to sink the heat. Phase 14, the Dragon Slayer moves up, fires on the Awesome. That's unsurprising. Once again, through armor there. It must be running a special Gauss variant that has that through armor damage. Yeah, it's an M7. Okay.
Standing by.
So the Mauler is going to close in over here.
Moving out.
And the Mauler is like, I mean, sure, you can do heavy Gauss, or you can do Gauss rifles through the armor, but so can I if I hit. Because he doesn't have anywhere that can take that kind of damage with the 2 heavy Gauss. Let's see what we get. We miss one, but we hit the other. And that Victor is not feeling so good in the leg. The Black Knight backs off a little bit, and it's actually running a stealth field generator. Interesting. ECM jamming over there.
What?
The Boar's Head is going to close in. We're going to continue to go for that Thunderbolt emplacement. We want to eliminate that Thunderbolt emplacement so that it doesn't keep firing those thermobarics at us. 50 damage plus 58 damage means that we are now doing internal damage on the heavy Thunderbolt emplacement. Sadly, it's not dead yet. The longbow moves up. Shockingly, it still hasn't fired. I wonder if it's running like just straight SRMs. No, it's running LRMs. It's just not shooting for some reason.
I'm here.
Okay. Well, the Orion is going to close in over here.
I'm your spaniel.
We're going to fire on the Thunderbolt emplacement with the LRM-20 Zeuses with standard ammo. I want it gone.
May I interest you in some melting armor?
There we go.
Target
Excellent.
neutralized.
Okay. So now they're shooting at the Mauler. That's to be expected.
Systems holding.
But they've definitely lost a lot of units, and they have 3 over here right now. The Plainsman moved away a little bit, but that Black Knight has actually got a mech rider on it. Fascinating.
I'm here.
The Corsair is going to move up. We've got 9 activations remaining on it. We can fire on the Dragon Slayer or on the Black Knight. Hit odds are roughly broadly identical. 35 versus 38. We don't have access to Warlord, so I think for right now we're just going to fire on the Dragon Slayer and see what we get. Nothing is the answer. Whole lot of nothing. Okay. So, phase 20 is going to be who? That'll be the Black Knight. Okay. Sounds good. It's also going to be the Ghost. Shooting at the Mauler. Okay. Doing a little damage, but we don't really care about that.
Light damage. Holding firm.
I'd love it if the Black Knight would move up. Did he move closer? He may have. Now, the Awesome does clearly need to get down off of that platform. There's no doubt about it.
I'm taking heavy hits, Commander.
Oh, yeah. To be expected. And, in fact, we can do exactly that. So we're going to careful maneuver, and we're going to move down over this way. We're also going to Vigilance the Awesome, and then we're going to fire on this longbow. So this is a small overheat. I'm not going to fire the improved heavy laser. The odds aren't there.
Copy that.
Pretty good damage to the side arc of the longbow, but we did miss one heavy PPC. I'm sad about that. Dragon Slayer backs off, fires on the Awesome. It hits that Gauss again. Sad. I'm not
That
shocked,
shot
but
went
it's sad.
internal.
Well, it didn't go internal. It's just an M7. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
So at this point, our Madcat Mark II is going to actually sprint forward.
Roger. Double time.
We can fire on the Black Knight with 51%, 26%, 51%, or 21%. We're going to fire on the Black Knight here because there's a good chance that we end up actually hitting the battle armor. And let's do it. Excellent.
Orders.
The Salamander is going to move up and do the exact same thing. Warlord it, and hit that Black Knight.
Here we go.
That's some pretty hefty damage to the Black Knight, actually.
Reporting.
And the battle armor took a lot of damage there, too. So that's great. Both of those not doing so well. The longbow still hasn't fired.
I'm receiving you.
Shocking. The Bull Shark is going to move up,
Now it's-
and we're going to fire once again on the Black Knight here. Kaboom. That was actually a lot. Unit destroyed for the battle armor. And the Black Knight is knocked down. So that's no longer a great artillery target, I think. What is our best artillery target now? Probably the Dragon Slayer.
Aye, aye.
The Mauler is going to step forward
Heading
here,
out.
and we can fire on... Actually, battle armor is still attached there. We can fire on either of these. The odds are best on the Black Knight, so we will go for that. We'll not fire that ER medium laser. This is fine. Sadly, both Gausses missed at like 80% hit odds. That is unfortunate.
Heavy damage.
I'm here.
The Boar's Head is going to move up here.
Let's go.
And we are going to fire our artillery probably on that Dragon Slayer. I think that's our best bet now.
Hope this is enough.
Good artillery hits there. I like it. Nice armor strip. Okay. The Black Knight stands up. And let's see what he wants to do here. He doesn't have much armor left. Shoots at the Corsair, but actually stray shots the Orion.
Damage minimal.
Cool.
Ready for orders.
He didn't actually move, though.
Acknowledged.
The Mauler is going to step forward here. 57%. Actually, the same hit odds on the Black Knight as the Dragon Slayer. We're going to Warlord and go for the Dragon Slayer here.
Affirmative.
Nice hit there. That's a Gauss ammo destruction. We don't know if they have more Gauss ammo, but that is a knockdown on the Dragon Slayer. Reserving him back to phase 11. Excellent. So now they're going to move their Ghost, and actually that's it that we care about. There's these guys over here, but we don't care about them at this juncture. The Ghost moves up, shoots at the Mad Cat. It does get a couple hits in, but not fundamentally much damage.
Awaiting orders.
The Awesome is going to continue to carefully maneuver off of this hill. And from here, we can just position out over this way.
Copy that.
And shoot at that Dragon Slayer. Do it.
Target locked.
And there he goes. One less Dragon Slayer. So far, we haven't seen the reinforcements coming back in, but they may once we capture the base. We haven't scouted the military outpost yet, remember.
Confirmed.
Now, the Salamander is going to move up over here,
Affirmative.
and we're going to go for the kill on the Black Knight.
Firing.
Excellent. There goes the Black Knight, and... Did we kill the battle armor as well? I think we did. So that's great.
I'm your spaniel.
The Bull Shark is going to move up here,
the way.
and the Bull Shark is, I think, going to fire on... Oh, I didn't turn correctly. I'd like to fire over there, but unfortunately, we're going to have to fire over this way. We'll shoot at the
Firing on
ghost,
target.
and, I mean, we got him unsteady. It's okay.
Heat is cooking my internal structure.
The Plainsman is going to move here. We're going to want to go take care of these guys fairly quickly here. They're shooting at the Mauler. We don't really care. Okay. Now they're going to ace pilot. But where to? Cool. Okay, so the Corsair is going to move on up over here. We've got 8 rounds before that bleed out. And we can fire on the Ghost or on the Plainsman. Hit odds are slightly higher on the Ghost, so we'll take that.
I'm taking the shot.
Okay, we got a couple of decent hits there. Not too bad. The Madcap Mark II is going to step in here, and now we have a good view of the outpost. They're rallying back at the outpost. Okay. Yeah, we know that they have turrets. We've killed 3 of them.
Need to secure the area, Commander.
Okay, so enemies are going to be showing up soon. We need to eliminate this heavy UAC turret, and that is absolutely going to be our priority right now. I think we're going to fire just like this.
Locked on target.
Okay, so we managed to one-shot the turret. That's fantastic.
One less
The UAC does not get to do anything.
Just can't vent fast enough. I'm taking
And at this point, the Orion is going to step up over here. We're mostly moving over to deal with these two, but we don't have LOS on them. So we're going to have to fire up this direction instead. We'll Warlord and shoot at that Ghost. Maybe we'll get something out of that, but we'll see. We missed the Gauss, but the missiles are doing some decent armor strip. Okay. So the Longbow is going to move and finally fires at the Awesome. Indirect, but it does some damage. Cool.
Hey.
The Boar's Head is going to position over this way. And we're going to shoot at the Madcap Mark II here, or the Longbow. The Madcap Mark II is the one to go for. Okay.
I'll try.
Okay, good armor strip over there. We are expecting enemy reinforcements at some point, unless the support lance are the reinforcements. I don't know. I do think that they're going to exist. So the Ghost moves up, fires at the Madcap. To be expected. These guys are now grouped up, for the time being anyway, until the Plainsman moves.
Yep.
The Salamander can step forward, and we can shoot at
Location confirmed.
either of these. Hit odds are slightly better on the Plainsman, and so we will take that. Slight overheat here, but we'll take it.
Copy that.
Plainsman's out of here.
Target down.
Don't have to worry about that guy anymore.
Commander.
The Orion is going to close in. I want to get into LOS over here, but we can't quite do it. We're going to position up over here,
I'm your spaniel.
and I missed the aim. Okay. Well, I guess we have to fire at these guys then. We'll shoot at the rear arc of the Madcat, and maybe we'll get something out of it. Actually, that was good damage on the rear arc.
Ooh, that hit something good.
Okay, the Longbow moves into LOS there. Shoots at the Awesome. That's a lot into that arm. No doubt about that. But it doesn't break the armor.
Aye, aye.
And from here, the Awesome actually still has to carefully maneuver. We'll move over this way and try to have our left side exposed more to them. And we'll shoot at the longbow in return. We'll go ahead and do this.
Confirmed.
Okay, we got some armor strip there.
This heat is cooking my internal structure.
Indeed it is. The Mad Cat moves over as well, but doesn't fire on the Awesome. It could have there. It definitely could have. The Mad Cat Mark II is going to move up and not fire on the Ghost, considering those hit odds.
Aye, aye.
The Corsair is going to move up here and probably will fire on the Ghost. They're not great hit odds, but will boost with Warlord.
Firing.
Okay, well, he's unsteady now anyway.
Receiving you.
So the Mauler is going to move up, and we're going to hope that we have decent hit odds here. 38% is not the worst. Okay, that's a good amount of damage to that Ghost. I like it.
Yes, Commander.
The Bull Shark is going to move over here, and we're going to drop artillery, obviously, on the Mad Cat Mark II. That is a lot of heat, so we're just going to fire the Long Tom.
Your armor it is.
That was not a great shot, if I'm honest, but the Boar's Head is going to move over this way as well,
Advancing, I guess.
and continue to hit the rear arc of the Mad Cat. Not a great shot there. That Arrow 4 was much better. And the Mad Cat ejects. Okay, sounds good. Oh, and by the way, the Awesome does have armor repair, so that's a thing.
I'm here.
The Corsair is going to move up over here,
Understood.
and we're going to continue to shoot at that Ghost. Hit odds aren't the best, but we'll take it. Oof, we only hit one large pulse laser there. That's not great. But the Mad Cat is going to advance,
Confirm.
and we'll shoot at the Ghost with 35% hit odds. We'll boost those a bit to 38, but this Ghost could die here in theory. And indeed it does. LRM ammo explosion. So that's fantastic. And at this point, the Orion is going to move in over here. We get side arc on the longbow.
Rolling.
And this is a beautiful firing arc here.
Welcome to my album.
And that's a dead longbow. Perfect.
Farewell, sweet prince.
Now the question is there another lance? Well, we'll find out. We're going to move up and get out of combat here.
Ready for
We do
orders?
need to sink a bunch of heat.
Affirmative.
That'll be fine.
Yes, Commander.
The Awesome no longer needs to carefully maneuver.
What? No.
Good. So that's a bunch of heat getting out of here.
Yes, Commander.
And then we'll exit combat.
Heads up,
Never
Commander.
mind.
You've got
There's the
hostile
reinforcements.
contacts in-
Where are they? Over this way? Over this way? Maybe we need to update the map. We'll reserve. There they are. Okay, so we see a Jaeger, we see an Avatar. Okay. Is that it? Just a Jaeger and an Avatar?
Ready.
If that's the case, we're going to move up over this way with the Mad Cat,
Got it.
down into the ravine.
I'm ready.
The Orion can move up over here. We'll check the hit odds. I doubt that they're going to be very good. Honestly, 33% isn't awful for armor strip at this range. We'll take it. Okay, there's definitely a mech that we don't see. Also, these are less damaged than advertised by our illustrious briefers. Okay, they fired at the Mad Cat but missed. We never saw who that was.
I'm receiving you.
Now the Bull Shark is going to step up over here, and we're just going to drop artillery on the Avatar. I'm assuming the Avatar is more centrally located, but I don't know that for a fact.
Acknowledged.
Kaboom.
Standing by.
Fantastic. Now the Awesome is mostly just going to hang back and not try to use up very much armor. We're going to move up over this way with the Mauler and hope to get some LOS. There's a phase 15 mover, so they have a full lance. Sounds good. What do they got there? A stealth. Okay. It got hit by the artillery, so that's good. The boar's head is going to move up over here.
Moving to position.
We're going to continue to drop on the avatar, which I think is the most centrally located that we know about. Okay. Continuing to strip off that armor, and the Jaeger is now unsteady. So that's excellent. We can position the Salamander here, and it actually does have LOS on the Jaeger mech. I'm going to fire in AX mode, but with Warlord to boost the odds. Yeah, this is going to do a lot of armor strip here. And actually, the Jaeger's just straight up gone. Beautiful. Phase 11, the Avatar moves forward, shoots at our Salamander, indirect, does some damage, but that's okay. We don't mind. Okay. Our Corsair is actually just going to first aid and build up some time there.
Yep.
So the Salamander is going to reserve here.
10-4.
The Orion can step forward. I don't care about
I'm
reserving
walking here.
it. And we can now see the Stealth and the Avatar. 17% versus 30%.
Locking on.
Okay. There's some damage to the Avatar.
They will be done.
The Bull Shark moves up. We're going to hit the Avatar again. And the Avatar's running out of armor. Quickly. It's down to almost half. Phase 17, that's going to be the Stealth. I'm pretty sure about that anyway. No, actually. It was something else. Okay, well, we're going to move up into the capture zone for now and get that done. Excellent. And now it's going to be the Stealth moving. We'll see where it goes. I'd love it if it stacked together with the Avatar and whatever that other unit is over here. We don't know what the other unit is just yet, but it actually moves up over here. And we may well have an LOS at it with our Salamander.
Commander.
And our Mauler, for that matter. Our Mauler does have an LOS at it. Now, I'm expecting that it's hard to hit, because it moved pretty quickly. We'll Warlord that and see if we can hit it with anything.
Roger that.
Not with the Gauss, that's for sure. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
So the Awesome is going to move up over here, and we're probably best off lobbing the LRMs into the Avatar. Yeah, that's accurate. Not a lot of damage, but it's okay.
What?
The Boar's Head is also going to go for the Avatar. I'm
There.
assuming the other
Okay.
unit is down in this area.
You say so.
We don't technically know that for a fact, but I'm assuming that.
Orders?
The Salamander is going to move up over here,
got you.
and we don't have a Warlord, but even so, we're going to fire this in improved MRM mode. These are our last improved MRMs, but this could do a lot of damage to the Stealth. And indeed, the Stealth is just dead.
Target down. My SRMs
Beautiful.
are out.
So next up is a unit that... Oh, that's actually the Avatar. Okay. It fires on the Mad Cat. And that's okay.
Aye,
So
aye.
our Corsair is honestly just going to continue first aiding for right now. Okay.
Orders.
The Mauler is going to sprint up over here and sink heat.
Understood. Moving fast.
Commander?
The Orion is going to move up. We do still have some LRMs here, but not many. We only have 30 standard LRMs left, and then we're down to just Deadfire.
Engaging
But we'll
target.
fire on this Avatar. Another decent damage or armor
Out
shred
long
there.
range Missiles.
Okay.
Good to go.
Now the Madcat Mark II is going to sprint up the road.
Going full throttle.
And we'll see if we can get any
Waiting for orders.
intel over there. The Bull Shark is going to
Moving
move
to
up,
position.
drop another Long Tom on that Avatar.
Target acquired.
That's a lot of internal damage there.
I think I hit something good.
Beautiful.
Confirm.
The Salamander is not really able to get LOS,
Don't
but it
pass.
will move
Let's
on
go.
up and get a little bit closer. The unit that we don't know about is moving now. We don't know what this unit is. We haven't seen it yet. It doesn't appear on our sensors. So that's interesting.
Awaiting orders.
The Awesome is going to move up.
Move order confirmed.
Now we could easily take out the Avatar with just a stray shot here, but this is likely going to be a knockdown at the bare minimum. But it is gone. Just straight up gone.
Enemy down.
So all that's left
Standing
is
by.
a unit that we don't know anything about. We know nothing about this unit. We don't know where it is. We don't know what it is. We don't know its armament. We know nothing.
Affirmative.
The Boar's Head will move up.
Standing by.
The Awesome will continue to move up as well.
Orders?
Okay. Same with the Orion.
Yep.
And the Salamander is now going to try to get an LOS here.
10-4.
There it is. It's a ghost. Okay. Now we know it. We know where it is, and we know that it hasn't gotten hit by a single piece of artillery just yet. But it moves now. It moves up. Fires at our Salamander. It does get a structure exposure there. Right in that arm. Okay. There is the ATM-12 there, which we can't really replace.
Commander.
But the Mauler may be able to get a... Yeah, we do get an LOS here.
Confirmed.
We can't boost it with a Warlord, but we have moderate hit
I
outs.
copy.
Yeah, we don't get a lot there, but a little bit into that ghost.
Commander?
The Madcat Mark II is going to sprint its way over this way.
Confirm.
It has to stay down in the ravine at this point.
I'm here.
The Bull Shark is going to
I'm
move up,
walking
and
here.
we're going to start hitting this guy with artillery.
Target confirmed.
Kaboom. He's not going to handle the artillery well now that we have a spotter on him. He is now unsteady,
here.
and the Corsair, I would love to get into LOS. It's not going to happen, but we're going to move it back up the ridge.
What? No.
The Boar's Head moves on up. Now we can fire on the Ghost here in direct fire mode if we wanted, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to Warlord to boost these odds, and let's see what we get.
Copy that.
That's a solid hit with the Sniper Artillery and the Arrow 4, and that's, I think, a knockdown on that Ghost. Indeed it is. Fantastic. That Ghost gets up immediately. Round 19. Only -1 initiative from a knockdown. That's nutty. He's going to fire on the Salamander again, right in that exposed arm, and we don't get a chance to respond to that. Okay, he moves up. He actually fires on the Boar's Head, of all things. Okay, that's irrelevant then. We don't care about him shooting at the Boar's Head.
At me.
Like, please, continue shooting at the Boar's Head. I love it. We're going to move up with our Orion, but not like that's going to do too much.
Confirmed.
And now the Salamander is just going to turn.
Copy that.
This jaunty angled ghost is super dead. All we have is Tandem or AX. We're going to take AX here. But he's still super dead.
I'm on him.
We maybe should have taken Tandem there for the... He didn't have a lot of armor in that angle, but he's still dead.
Commander.
There's no way around it. The Bull Shark moves up, and we drop our artillery on the Ghost. Kaboom. And there we go. Dropship inbound for
Go
landing.
down.
So that wasn't too bad, all things considered. In terms of salvage, there's not really a ton that we're super interested in. We'll see what there's available. I mean, we do need some internal structure. We may want to get that, if there's some of that available. Endosteel or Clan Endosteel, preferably. But we'll see what's available. Any moment now. There we go. So about 1 million C-bills that we made from that, and we took some damage for sure, but it's not going to be too bad to repair. In fact, I think we're probably... If we leave the Awesome at home, we're probably going to be able to deploy yet this month. So that's great. We don't really care that much about getting Madcat Mark II parts, I don't think. Clan Gauss Rifle, I mean, we've got 2 of them. LRM-20 Delta. Sure. Not too interested, I don't think. Now, here's a clan endosteel structure and 2 regular endosteel structures. We probably don't need all of that. And maybe we'll just take the Engine Core 360. We probably don't need all of these structures, but I'm going to do that just in case. I'd like to have some on hand. We don't need the small lasers. We don't need the Case 2. The comm suite we'll keep around, and the cooling pod, we have a bunch of them. Engine Core 140 can get out of here. Safe MRM ammo, we'll keep that around, for sure. In terms of damage, the Awesome took quite a bit, and there was a smattering of damage to our other mechs. The Salamander took a little bit as well. I think overall we're probably looking at somewhere around 150,000 in damage, and for repair time, we only have 10 days left before the financial report. So all things considered, we're probably not going to be able to repair the Awesome before the financial report, but we'll probably be able to repair everything else. And as long as we bring in the Battlemaster to replace the Awesome, which is fine, they fill similar roles. I mean, the Awesome's got the LRM-20, which I prefer over the long-range weaponry of the Battlemaster, but that would be fine, and we'll be able to deploy before the month tick if that's the case. What do you got, Yang? It is, of course, well past time to... Oh, 180k. Well past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that here in just a moment. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and let's check. 11 days on that Awesome. Okay. Sounds good. We can probably... It's going to be tight if we're going to deploy before this financial report. We'll see if we get that or not next episode. See you all then.